on inside the cell itself because there are minerals in there, and so you have a reverse osmosis process going on, which will cause the cell to absorb too much water, and it'll rupture and break the cell.
Okay, that's fair too.
So we've got temperatures that we have to consider, along with the hardness levels of the water.
Okay, what else did you say? Oxygenation?
Well, that's sure, but that's like hard to know whether you want to put that in. It's certainly about treating your yeast right, but that comes after you've done your rehydration protocol.
Yeah, because as I understand, rehydration is just getting the yeast to essentially wake up, and the reason that the package will say 15 minutes is because after that, then the yeast is hungry, and you better start feeding it.
Right. Lalvin suggests that they have built into the yeast 30 minutes worth of food, and then once they get to that point, they start to die off from starvation. Yeah. So normally what I'll do, the GoFirm will give your yeast all the nutrients that they need. That'll help them to get to the end result stronger, because they're going to start stacking up on the nitrogen will create proteins for them, and that will then give them resistance to the alcohol levels later down the road when the alcohol becomes toxic to the cells. And so if we pitch at if we rehydrate at the right temperature, which is between 100 and 105, with the GoFirm, and you want to use 1.25 times the amount of yeast, and then you want to put that in 200 times the weight of the GoFirm. You mix it up at 110. When it gets to 104, you want to pitch your yeast in there, and you want to sprinkle it on the top very light and gingerly, and just let it sit there. Don't mess with it. Just let it sit, and it'll absorb all the nutrients. And then at 20 minutes, you can stir it up if you want, but what I do is, along with what you just said, AJ, about like a stepped starter, so to speak, I start to temperate my yeast slurry by adding some of my must, about 25 or 50% of my yeast slurry. I'll take that 25% volume of must and add it in there, and I'm doing two things now. I'm drawing my temperature of my yeast slurry closer to the temperature of the must, and I'm also getting the yeast used to the amount of sugar that's in the must as well. And so if you do that every 5 or 10 minutes, or even a little longer if you want, you're bringing the temperatures closer together. If you have more than a 10% difference between your yeast slurry and your must, and you pitch it with greater than a 10% degree temperature difference, you're going to shock the yeast, and that's not good for them too. So by step feeding them your must, you're making the temperatures come closer and closer together, and you're getting the yeast more used to the sugar levels in your must. You're feeding them, and they're going to already start to take off and grow from there.
Sorry guys, I'm having a little problem with my headset here.
Yeah, they're saying out there in the world that she's doubling. So,
am I still?
No, you're just out there.
I just unplugged it and replugged it because that's all I really want to do with it. So, if I'm still doubling, let me know.
Okay, all right. I'll wait to see what JB says. All right. He says he thinks it's actually everyone. Ah, crap. Well, how much I can do about that right now. Yeah, well, I don't know. I can take it back and see if I can get Bray to help me clean it up. We'll see. We're going to bring Bray in, by the way. So, yeah. Hey, Bray, you there? Oh, call failed. I'll try that again. Call failed.
Are you saying we're all...
Yeah, well, out there they're saying that we're all sounding a bit doubling, and I don't know. It could be my connection. It could be Spreaker. There's so many things it could be.
My headset's just crapped out. I'm trying to get it working again.
Yeah. I'm getting like constant call fail. Yeah, the phones are wonky. I don't know. Oh, okay. Bray's offline.
Okay, I got my headset working again.
Okay, cool. Yeah, you sound okay.
Technical difficulties, please stand by.
I don't know why we're doubling. It might have been. It might have been since the call crapped out. I gotta go find Bray's number.
All right.
All right. So yeah, where are we still on Karen feeding a me or yeast?
Have we got anything else to say on the topic of rehydration before we go on to?
Bray. Okay, go ahead. Sorry.
You there?
And yeah, I'm here, and I gotta add you to the group call. Hang on. I just hang on, guys. Resume call. Oh, for God's sake, really? All right, everybody out there. Yeah, Skype is being like a total bastard tonight, and now it's saying call failed and won't let me get everybody back. So, hey, Bray, how you doing?
All right, how are you?
I'm pretty good, except I'm about ready to kill somebody at Skype.
Yeah, that's weird.
Yeah, I know, right?
I was just going to interject that everyone has been talking about rehydrating yeast and that sort of thing, and all the advice sounds good to me. But if you're using an ale yeast or something that comes in a liquid packet, the rules are completely different.
Oh, that's true.
I'll wait till everybody gets back in before we...
Yeah. AJ, can you hear me? I know it's... Hang on. I don't know what in the hell. I keep telling it to... It's saying resume call. Hang on. I'm going to hang up on you, and then I'm going to bring you in separately, okay?
Sure, no problem.
All right, hang on. You guys hear me okay?
Yep.
Oh, God. I tried to bring Bray in, and it went to him, and then it wouldn't let me bring you guys back. It's like, arg. Oh, my God.
It looks like it started a separate call with Bray.
Yeah, that's what... Well, see, I'm trying... If I try to bring him in manually, it just says call failed and won't do it. So, I don't know what the hell. I'm gonna just... Alright. I'm gonna tell him to try calling again and see if I can add him for the right way this time. I don't know what the hell it was.
Right.
Yeah. So, anyway.
Skype hates us today.
Skype really hates us today. I don't know what's going on.
Alright, so yeah, there definitely is a difference between rehydrating and making a starter. For rehydrating, you do not want to be adding nutrients aside from Go Firm, which is a rehydration aid, and you
definitely don't want to add DAP.
Yeah, from what I've read, adding diammonium phosphate, otherwise known as DAP, otherwise known as yeast nutrients, which is the white crystalline powder, is actually damaging to rehydrating yeast because it changes what's going into them. They want straight water, that's what they're designed for. So don't give them sugar, don't give them nutrients until they have rehydrated, and then you can start. Then you can start with the nutrients and stuff. But typically, what I do is I put half my nutrients and half my energizer in at a container, and I add that as I aerate. And I put my energizer in at pitch, so there's a little bit of that in when I'm making my starter. And then once I've added the starter and I'm seeing some activity, then that's when I add the rest of my DAP to the rest of the batch. So yeah, your yeast need a couple of things while they're... When you first start your yeast, it needs water. Once you start adding sugar to it, it also needs oxygen. And of course it needs sugar, but it also needs nitrogen to, make more yeast, and also to sustain it while it's making alcohol for you.
Right. Okay.
Oh, I hear little ones whispering in the background. Whose little ones would that be?
Not mine.
Oh, I thought I could have sworn I heard a little voice whispering to somebody.
Maybe my little one's in bed.
Might have just been somebody quiet.
Oh, yeah, it might have just been my grandma ears like trying to do something that's, I don't know. Okay. Alright, yeah, so I keep trying to add Bray through the Skype thing, and it keeps going, yeah, no, we're not going to let you do that. I don't know why, which is really weird, because it worked fine last time, so,
Tell him to restart Skype, because it says here they need to update Skype, and the first thing I did when I logged in today was Skype decided to take 5 minutes to update.
I can get off the phone if you need an extra phone spot for him to call in.
No, it's not
I don't think that's what it is.
No, it's not that. It's Skype being stupid. And that may very well have to do, and guys out there, if the sound quality is ucky, we blame Skype, because it did an update today. Everything was fine last week, and it's just doing this week, so I don't know what in the world. This typical Skype. One day it's great. I remember a few times where I've actually manually back-leveled Skype several versions, because it sucked so bad when they updated.
Ugh.
And it can't
but apparently
get better now that Microsoft owns them, so,
Yeah, although now it seems to think that previous versions may be incompatible.
Yeah, apparently. Well, that's how Microsoft's forcing the issues, same way they do with Windows.
You will assimilate.
Yeah, or die. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
Skype. Oh, and he just went offline on Skype, so I don't know. I think he's going to try to call in from a landline or something.
All right.
We lost somebody, I think. Oh, maybe not. No, we didn't.
No.
Okay. No,
I'm
we're
here.
still here. Okay. I'm showing. Yeah. Okay. No, everybody's here. Okay. Never mind. Just me having a panic attack because this stupid thing doesn't work.
All right. So, what do you guys do for your yeast while you're fermenting? I've got my lazy staggered nutrient addition where I just add the half of the DAP and the half of the energizer that I set aside. I just add that every time I aerate and time it so that by the time I've gotten about a third of the yeast, or by the time I've gotten a third of the sugar gone, all of the nutrients are in. That's how I do it. That's my lazy staggered nutrient addition. How do you guys handle it?
Pretty much what in my case, I pretty much do that. Yeah, and when I'm exclusively using O now, Fermade O.
Right.
DAP is just sitting there. I think it works, at least for me. The Fermade O is making a big difference in how early it and how clean. But as far as the whichever nutrients you decide to use, that's the way I do it. Just like that. The way you just described.
Okay, cool.
I've actually been using the TOSNA schedule where you, rather than putting it in at certain sugar breaks, it's on a time frame, hourly or daily, if you will. I think that'd be really
you just cut out there
it's just
for
simple. Every 24 hours for the first 3 days. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, you were fine. You just cut out for like about 8-10 seconds, so just back up a sentence.
I see. I used to use the Fermade K and DAP protocol along the lines of hitting it at certain sugar breaks, and I thought that worked well. But what I've found since I've moved over to using Fermade O is that I can taste the chemical nutrients in the old Fermade K DAP protocol that I used to use, which was what seemed to be the general consensus for most everybody. Since I stopped using that and went to the straight O, my meads have gotten significantly better. And And so I would suggest for our new listeners to look up the